Good day, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our special program, You Can Talk, where you can see the big picture in new heights. It is a special program organized and launched by Foshan Foreign Language Society. And today we have the honor and privilege to have our very first program and our first guest, Mr. Aaron Thomas. He is from the southwest part of England. Welcome, Aaron.
Hello, nice to see you again.
My pleasure. So, Aaron is the founder of CEO of Thomas SEO, the company you set up in Foshan.
Correct.
Right? So, how long have you been in Foshan?
Close to 7 years now. Close to 7 years, yeah.
Why do you choose Foshan at that time?
Foshan chose me. Basically, when I came to China, I didn't really know where I was going to go. And here was one of the first cities which was pointed out to me by a friend.
Oh, really?
Yep. So I decided to come to Foshan, and my first year was spent learning Chinese. Yeah.
So you learn your wonderful Chinese mostly in Foshan?
All in Foshan.
All in Foshan?
All in Foshan, yeah.
Not the Cantonese?
Not the Cantonese, no. Mandarin.
You know, as a foreigner, mostly 北上广深, Peking, Shanghai, Guangzhou, Shenzhen, these mega cities, super cities are much well known in the outside world.
Yeah.
What do you think about Foshan then? After some 6 or 7 years?
It's the right size for me. I don't like super huge cities. I think you're too easy to get lost in them. If you went to Shanghai, it's a huge city, or Beijing, the amount of people there compared to Foshan. I know Foshan's still a big city, but it doesn't feel that way. It feels smaller than it is. Yeah. So
not too big, not too small.
Correct.
Just the right size.
Yeah.
Okay. Besides what impressing you most, what kind of business sector are you in Foshan now?
Me, I'm in the online marketing sector nowadays. Well, I've been in the marketing sector for many years, but the last 2 years of my own company, we've been focusing mainly on Google SEO, social media, that kind of area. So basically helping the local manufacturing businesses and factories promote their products outside of China via Google SEO.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you have the overseas people have better understanding of Foshan at the same time?
Yes, of course.
So
it's a mutual cooperation. I help the foreigners understand more about Foshan, and I help the Foshan businesses promote their products outside of China.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Well, Aaron, let's have a look. Because you have you were grown up as a European, as a British people, right? And now you're in Foshan. Talking about marketing.
Yeah.
Can you make a little bit comparison about what you see about the marketing in the Western countries and what we do in China? In particular, the export companies or export factories to promote the products made in China or made in Foshan.
I'll break it down into different parts. First things first, if we're talking domestic market, China, versus the domestic market in the UK, it's pretty different. Like in China, everything's done on large platforms. Like we have Tmall, Taobao, Tencent, WeChat, of course. Everything's done on these huge platforms.
Yes.
And if you're not selling your products on Taobao, for example, no one's going to go to your own website. They're only going to buy off Taobao in China. Yeah. Well, that's my personal opinion. Yeah. But in Europe and the West, it's more individual businesses which get the business. Like people in Europe are more willing to buy off someone's own website if they can find it than they are off Amazon, because it feels like they're going to get a better deal. And so long as they trust your brand
Yes.
they're going to buy it off your website instead of buying it off Amazon or eBay, simply because they believe they're going to get a better deal.
They prefer going to your individual website, the company
Yes.
website, rather to the big platform, the so-called big online marketplace.
Correct.
Okay.
So that's a big difference between the two. Like there's a more, it sounds bad, but there's a more focus on the branding and the trust of the brand and the trust in the regulations to allow me for a big, if it's a big brand or even a small brand, for me to buy it from their product, from their website and deliver it directly. But on the flip side of that, in China, it's so much faster to get the products. Like if I order something off Amazon, if I don't pay for, I think it's Amazon Prime, I might get it in 7 days. That's
7 days.
7 days.
We Chinese people don't
Can't
have that
accept
kind
it.
of patience.
Yeah. But in China, it's you buy it today, you might turn up tomorrow, or maximum 3 days later.
Yeah.
That's the maximum time it'd be there.
Yeah.
So the speed in China is faster, but it's more done on a larger platform rather than smaller individual platforms. Same with your social medias. They're all, when it comes to the West, everything is part of a larger plan. And I'll explain this slightly different. Like most companies have their own individual website, which is where you want to get people from your social media accounts and your other locations. You want to get them to your website, and from your website, you want to get their email so that you can keep promoting on their direct email. But in China, obviously, email doesn't exist unless you're an international business.
Yeah, theoretically it still exists, but I can tell you, for each and every week, I don't use my QQ email for more than 1 month already.
Exactly. Well, in the West, in these companies, they're checking their email every single day. So one of the things I've noticed is a major lack in China when it comes to doing Western marketing is what we call EDM marketing, which is basically email marketing.
Direct mail.
Direct mail, yes. That subscribe, the subscribe emails you get? That kind of thing. Like there's no overall plan there. But if you have a proper EDM marketing plan, you can increase your customers by, I think the real stats are about 700%. You'll increase your customers with the correct email marketing plan.
700%.
700%.
7 times.
Over 7 times, yeah.
So let's talk a little bit more about the international marketing.
Yeah.
Should we?
Sure.
That means because I believe your strength when you set up your business in Foshan, your strength lies in the fact that you are fully aware as a European people or British people, you know what the British people or Western consumers or buyers, corporate buyers would like to see, would like to accept or don't like to accept. Think from their own angle. So how do you think you can help the local Foshan or Pearl River Delta manufacturers to export?
How to export? If I'm going to go directly to SEO with this and explain a little bit on this.
Yeah, please.
Obviously, everyone knows about making a website. When we start with a website, it's important to understand what your competitors and what your market's doing and create a website which is in that industry. But it's more than that. You've got to make sure your website is compatible with what Google expects your website to look like. It's a little bit complicated there, but for example, your URL structure needs to be done a certain way. If it's not done a certain way, you've got less chance of ranking. Your homepage, it needs to be in a certain layout. It can be changed around a bit depending on your brand, but a basic concept is your website homepage needs to be in a certain way in order to give you the best chance of ranking. But beyond that, speaking less technical, speaking more creativity, it's your content which matters. Content on your website. Like in the industry of SEO, we have a saying which is content is king.
Okay. Content is the king.
Yeah. Content is king because that's what Google cares about.
Okay.
Google's mission is to organize the world's data and make it easily accessible. So what Google wants to do is organize everyone's data. And if I type into Google any question or any keyword, what it wants on the top page is the most relevant, the most up-to-date information about that topic.
So, Aaron, that means when you say Google is the king, content is the king, and when you are talking about the search engine, in particular, it's Google. That means we are not supposed to make the content just as we like.
Correct.
As a let's say manufacturer, because we always believe, we have a very good product. Yeah. Let's say a pen. We have a very good product, good quality, good material, good craftsmanship. Then the overseas buyers should buy it. And if they don't buy it, maybe the price is too high. Then I reduce the price by 15%.
Wrong thinking for Google. Wrong thinking. I know if you've made a pen, of course it's good quality. Of course it's good price. Yeah. But why is it good quality? Why is it good price? That's what you need your website to educate on. So when it comes to any search engine, it can be Bing, Baidu, Google. It doesn't matter what the search engine is. You have what's called search intent. Okay. Search intent. Yeah. So the purpose of the search, right? Correct. So there is 4 types of search intent, but I'm going to talk about 3. One is inquiry intent. So questions, or they're looking for information. So for example, if you're on furniture, let's put into Google, where is furniture made in China? That's a question. Okay. Because they're looking for information about where the furniture is. Another question is another search intent is brand intent. Okay. Now, brand intent is basically, you'll see it with all the major companies. If you put in their name into Google, or even Baidu or Bing, in their title, they have their brand name there. It's because people are searching for that specific brand. So you have question or inquiry intent, you've got brand intent, then you've got what's called purchasing intent. So purchasing intent is buy furniture from China. Or buy ceramics from China. That's a purchasing intent. And someone using that keyword is looking to buy. But you've got to think as a customer, they've gone from the first one, where can you buy furniture, or where is furniture made in China? They've used that one first before going to the final purchasing intent. And everything on your website needs to have a brand name or brand on it, because what Google is doing for the last year or 18 months is they've changed part of them, not changed their mission, but part of their algorithm has changed. Algorithm has changed, where they are now focusing more and more on branding than they are on general inquiries.
Excuse me. Yeah. In international business, or let's say for the export of made in China products, we have to admit, as a veteran international business people, I must admit that most of our exporters or export-oriented factories are very, very weak in branding, because we have done in OEM for more than 15 or 20 years. Yeah. We receive the orders from overseas clients. Yeah. And if you like to brand Aaron, or you can brand it Thomas, whatever you like, put a label or a chop on it. That's it. Yeah. Right? But of course, we the people, our peers in furniture, in tire business, or any business, they want to have their own branding. Yeah. But they also know it's rather difficult. So in reality, some of them give up the effort of building their own brand in the international marketing efforts.
I understand. I can see the dilemma there, but when it comes to the website, it shouldn't matter. because you're a furniture manufacturer. Let's say you're a furniture manufacturer. Everything should have your brand on your website.
Okay.
The reason why is because you can think of a website like you're part of a huge web, World Wide Web. You're part of a huge web.
Yeah.
So you're building your website all with your keyword of your brand and your product names and all these other keywords inside of it. And what's going to happen is people are going to link to your website.
Okay. So that means if I don't have a brand in this website environment, that means a very important part of the puzzle is missing.
Exactly.
So it would not be understood or accepted or not actively promoted by the search engine.
Yes and no. When it comes to Google, there's over 200 different, two different ways Google looks at your website. One of the big ones is your brand.
Okay.
So it's like having a huge puzzle and you're missing several pieces of that huge puzzle. You can Google will still be able to see the whole picture, but it's not going to compete as well as someone else who's made the brand. So if you have product at website A and website B, and website B has done everything and added a brand, Google is going to see it as a better result than the website A.
Okay.
Yeah.
So may I put it in another understandable fashion that it looks like when the teacher asks you to fill in the form.
Yeah.
It has 10 columns and you only fill in 8 columns.
Yeah.
And I fill in 10 columns.
Yeah.
So my form is complete, but your form is 20% missing.
Exactly.
So you can still submit your form, but my form may go upper.
It has a higher chance of being higher. Yeah.
Because I completed.
Exactly. You can think of it like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, it is a very good, reminder for the people, especially our peers in China, doing international business, trying to promote our business in the international market. I think, Aaron has given us a very important, reminder or suggestion.
Correct. It's basically when it comes to Google, the more relevant content you have, the higher chance you have of ranking.
Yeah.
If you put into Google any keyword you want, and I would bet money on it, on the top 10 results, one of them will be an informational article, or at least one will be informational article, and that'll be more than likely on the top 5 results. Like if you go into Google and type in, I'm talking about furniture manufacturing a lot here.
Okay.
If you put into Google furniture manufacturers or furniture factories in China or any of these keywords, all of them have an informational article about China. Okay. Rather than buying furniture or buying this, they're informational articles of relevant content of how to buy furniture in China.
So may I understand that way? Yeah. If let's say we talk about the investment. Yeah. And actually many people, when they think about investment, it's all about money. Yeah. But according to what you say, I would like to say that, the investment in another form, you invest some time, creativity, and you write some very good content by your own, not to be just a copycat, copy here, copy there.
If you copy it, Google will penalize your website.
Penalize. That means downgrade.
If it sees it enough, part of Google's algorithm is they do what's called a duplicate checker.
Duplicated checker. Yeah, that means a copycat. Put it easy.
Yeah. So if they see the article you're doing and it's on multiple other websites or even on 1 or 2 websites, best case scenario is they ignore that page on your website. Okay. It doesn't help your website at all. Worst case is they say, you know what? This guy's a fraud. This website here is rubbish, low quality. Yeah,
treating rubbish. So that means if I try to be so-called smart people, copy, take 10 pieces from 10 different websites, and
you're wasting your time.
I'm wasting my time.
You're wasting your time. Yeah.
Yeah. So better I write something out of my mind or out of my team's mind.
Also, yes and no.
Mm.
You can, when you're writing create content, it's okay to look at whatever people have. In fact, I encourage it. Go onto Google, put in that keyword, check every article or everything on the top 2 pages of Google, read it all through, and you say article 1 is covering A, B, C, D topic. Article 2 is covering A, B, E, F. You can take A, B, C, D, E, F and make your own article with everything they're talking about, and you'll have a higher chance of ranking.
Okay.
Because what you're doing is you're creating more value in one piece of content than what's the top page of Google.
Okay.
And if your content is valued more and it has more value to it, you have the higher chance of ranking. It's not as simple as that, but in terms of creating content, that's what you should be doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's say it's not just about the money issue. It's also about the creative of the content, the value you add to the content, or the value you can deliver to your audience, readers, or viewers.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You always got to think of as a website is a different sales tool. If you're using your website in the correct way, you are going to get more customers because of your website. It's like any sales funnel. If you start right at the beginning and right at the beginning say buy, no one buys. But if you start at the beginning of your sales funnel with an inform, you've got more people in the inform period of your sales funnel to bring them down and down and down to the buy section of your website. It's no different than face-to-face sales. It's no different to any other type of sales. Your website should follow that for the best conversion.
So that means it's a business logic, whether it's about the furniture or handphone or watch or a clothing, it works the same way. Same way.
People are people. No one likes to be told buy this, buy this, buy this, buy this.
No, I don't like that. You don't like it either.
Exactly. But if I'm looking on myself and I'm looking for information on that product, and your website is giving me that information, who do you think I'm going to buy from? The person giving me the information.
Of course, I would like to trust the real expert.
Exactly.
The real expert, when the real expert gives me the really valuable information, then, I mean, 9 out of 10 people would rely on the information from the expert. So you have a better chance.
Exactly. And that's the difference. And going back to how Europe works and China works, we have Alibaba. Alibaba is a great platform.
Yes.
But when we're going back to the search intent, all Alibaba does is it does the first, only 1 out of the 3 search intents. It only does the buy search intent. It doesn't do the inform. It doesn't do the branding. Having your own individual website does that for you. And hey, even if they buy off Alibaba, but they found the information off you, they're going to use Alibaba to search for your brand if you've done it correctly.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. That's fantastic explanation about the logics. Yeah. So I hope by this very insightful, very easy to understand explanation, more and more people will understand that yes, when we talk about the investment, of course somehow we need to pay money,
of course,
but before the money or above the money you need to put more efforts and emphasis.
But this is the thing about SEO. It's the cheapest way of getting customers. It's known around the world as being the cheapest way, because what you're doing is instead of spending money on click, you're spending your time instead of money.
Time is also money.
Time is also money, but
anyway, it would be the cheapest.
It's cheapest way.
The best effective way. Or let's say the best ROI, the best return on investment.
It's one of the best return on investment if you do it correctly. It's going to be slower, then pay per click, because Google normally takes about 3 to 6 months to rank your content. So if I make an article today, the earliest I will expect it on the top page of Google is about 3 months later, the very earliest.
So, would you like to spend 1 or 2 minutes explaining slow but effective? But when it's slow, how do I know it's effective? I want orders tomorrow.
If you want orders tomorrow, SEO is not for you.
Okay.
Forget about it. You're better spending your money click, and going this way.
Mm-hmm.
If you're looking to build the brand and you're looking for long-term investment,
For some sustainable growth.
SEO is the way to do it. If you're working with the right people, if you know what you're talking about. What you're saying there about how do I know it's working? It is a worry for a lot of people.
Yes.
What I normally say is expect to see results. When I say results, starts of results within 3 months. By the 6 months, you should start to see more and more people to your website.
Mm-hmm.
Within a year, you should be on depending on the industry, several thousand people should be on your website within a year. If
The so-called very accurate potential customers.
Yeah, several. So if you're in the let's say the furniture industry,
Yes.
within a year, I would expect 5,000 to 6,000 people every month onto your website.
You mean the real
People, real potential people. If they're targeting the right keywords.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, if you're in a very niche market, a very small market,
Mm-hmm.
perhaps 100 to 200 people a month is enough,
Mm-hmm.
so long as they're the right customers.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means the people are not these viewers or readers are not fabricated. They are the real stuff, the
Real
real
stuff.
people, real customers, or the real candidates for our business, right?
If you're targeting the right keywords.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
If we do the right way, and then of course that leads to another question that we need to have the right decision maker, whether it's a boss, the founder of the company, or the export manager himself, right? And also we need to have a capable and competent team to manage these kinds of things, right?
Correct. When it comes to it, one of the things I think everyone knows is keywords.
Mm-hmm.
I made a video about the keywords, if we can put this on the screen.
Yeah.
So what we were talking about before was keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've been talking a lot about content. You can make content, but if no one's going to find it, it's useless.
Uh-huh.
It's useless. Like, you can make a great piece of content, but if no one's searching for it, you're not going to get people to your website.
Mm-hmm.
There are lots of tools out there which can help your company find the right keywords.
Okay.
One of those tools, and one of the cheaper tools to begin with, is called ubersuggest.com. Ubersuggest.com. So UBER
Mm-hmm.
suggest.com.
Mm-hmm.
What this is, it's a keyword finder tool.
Mm-hmm.
So if we look at the screen right now, we'll see I've already put in something called furniture manufacturer into this tool.
Yes.
You can see on this, it's got search volume, SEO difficulty, paid difficulty, cost per click. It's got different countries and so on and so on.
Mm-hmm.
So what you see right now is for America. There's 4,400 people who search for this.
Yes.
There's 4,400 people who search for this. Its search difficulty, which is how hard it is 50 out of 100. Its paid difficulty is 100 out of 100. And you can also see the cost of it is $1.71. So you can see a lot of information about this about this keyword just from this piece of information.
Okay.
Below that, you can see where people are searching for this. So you can see if it's a mobile or a desktop.
Okay.
Below that, you can also see how many people clicked on this from SEO results, how many people clicked from it from pay-per-click results.
Pay-per-click.
pay-per-click, and SEO results. So
Mhm.
you can also see the age range.
Ah,
Yeah. So you see all of this data.
demographic.
Exactly. So if you're searching for a keyword, you already know your target market.
Mm-hmm.
You already you already know
How
your
old they
customer.
are, male, female, or even where they are from. If for United States, which
Yeah.
state they are from, or
Not that clear, but you can choose which country. So if you're
country.
you can choose by country by country by country. So
Mhm.
right now the data on this is from America,
Mm-hmm.
but if you want to do the UK, you can do the UK. If you want to do Dubai, you can do Dubai. So on, so on, so on.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what you guys are looking for, as if we watch this video, as we go down, is underneath that we have something called keyword ideas. You're going to click keyword ideas, and this is going to give you hundreds and hundreds of different keyword ideas of what people are actually searching for on Google. So
You may use one product as an example. Let's say sofa or furniture or whatever.
what I put into this is furniture manufacturer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So under furniture manufacturer, you can see keyword, the volume, so how many people per month are searching for this,
Okay.
the cost if you want to pay for a pay-per-click,
Mm-hmm.
the pay difficulty, so how hard is it for you to win that for pay-per-click,
Mm-hmm.
and its search difficulty. When I say search difficulty, what I mean is how hard is it for you to rank on the top page of Google?
That means the cost to be on
How
Top.
difficult.
how difficult.
So remember we were talking about the content before
Mm-hmm.
and how to be on the top page of Google, you need the best content. So if anything, the harder the search difficulty, it means that the better the content or the harder it is to be for the top page.
Mm-hmm.
So what this app does, it does something brilliant, is you can do something called filters. Now, for any website you're doing, you want to filter in a certain way. You want to filter it for search difficulty. You want something less than 40, because under 40, you have a chance for the top page of Google.
Okay.
And you want to put the cost per click to a minimum of $1.
Mm-hmm.
The reason you want to care about the money there is because if people are paying for the ad, that means that ad is making them money. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you're using that keyword with the money and the search difficulty is under 40 and you make a very decent article or piece of content on that keyword, A, you've got a higher chance of ranking.
Yeah.
B, that keyword is making other people money, so why won't it make you money?
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how you pick decent keywords. It's a little bit more complicated than that, because what you can do with keywords is you need to split your keywords into 3 different types of keywords. What they are is called head keywords, medium tail keywords, and long tail keywords.
Okay.
Now, head keywords are things like furniture.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 word or 2 words, big word. It's going to have lots of people searching for it.
Very broad sense.
Very broad sense. You're not going to rank for them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you might be able to rank for them in 2, 3, 4 years time,
Mm-hmm.
but you're not going to rank for them straight away.
Mm-hmm.
For example, furniture manufacturer, I would say is a head keyword.
Okay.
You're not going to rank for it.
No.
Next one is medium tail keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Medium tail keywords is what cover the head keyword, but in slightly more detail. So for example, furniture manufacturers in China.
Or South China.
Or South China. That's a medium keyword, because you're narrowing down that head keyword into something more specific. These are the keywords you should start focusing on and trying, if you can, to make them A, under search difficulty of 40 and making you money.
Okay.
Or the CPC more than $1 per click.
Mm-hmm.
If you can find those keywords, those are the ones which are going to probably potentially get you some customers. Next one is what we call the long tail keywords.
Mm-hmm.
Long tail keywords is things like buy from a Chinese furniture manufacturer in Foshan. It's very specific
already very narrowed down, yeah?
Very narrowed down. It's not going to have many people searching for it.
Mm-hmm.
It might have only 5 people, 10 people a month searching for that keyword, but you can guarantee every single one of those is a potential customer. So yeah, it might be only 5-10 people, but 5 to 10 potential customers is better than 500 people on your website just for traffic.
They are, let's say, they are having higher possibility of doing business with you.
Correct. And the way a website works, it's just like building a house. To get to the top head keywords, you need to build the foundation. If Google sees your website ranking for lots of words with furniture in it, but long tail keywords, it trusts your website more and more and more to be talking just about furniture.
Excuse me, Aaron. It sounds like Alibaba. They are also introducing such a kind of mechanism for Alibaba's P4P, and of course they must compete every quarter or every half a year. They need to bid for that.
They need to bid, but this is not bidding. This is you creating the content for those words to make sure that your website is on the top page of Google. Google doesn't require any money. You don't have to give a single penny to Google and you can still be on the top page of Google.
Okay.
I've done it for countless websites, countless keywords. What Google cares about is content. Hence, content is king.
So content is the king.
Content is the
creativity king. Is more valuable than the coin, than the money.
Exactly.
I don't have to put in a penny.
You don't have to put in any money.
Before the next step, I don't have to put in a penny.
Exactly.
But I can still make sure or have higher possibility to have higher ranking.
Correct.
Okay. Sounds interesting then, because I don't have too much budget.
Exactly. SEO is good for people who, like Alibaba, I think it's at least 10,000 RMB a month.
Well, I can tell you some of my very good friends in the export business spend 500,000 or 700,000 each and every year just to make sure he's the top 1 or top 3 in this Alibaba competition. And on one side, he spends a lot of money, keeps spending every year. On the other side, he keeps complaining.
Yeah. So much money, so much money.
Yes, yes.
But imagine you're a ceramic factory. And you're on the top page of Google for ceramic factories in China, ceramic manufacturers, or buy tiles in China. If your team knows what they're doing, you don't have to spend any money to get to that page. Okay. You just need to make the best content out there and eventually you'll be there. It's more complicated than that. There's other factors for SEO, but for me and for most SEO specialists, content is the number 1 important factor. Yeah. So it's a very good reminder for the audience, the viewers, that we always think that we need to spend a lot of money in the international marketing to get the results, to get the orders or inquiries. We need to spend 100,000 300,000 RMB or even 500,000 or 1 million just to... No. If you play the game correctly, play the game smartly, and if you have the right team. Exactly. Okay. That's how to do it. Yeah. Add in, as I said earlier, EDM marketing. So if you have a correctly designed website and you have the correct email basically captures to get people to give their email, and you've got 500 or 1,000 people on your website every month. That's another 20-30 potential customers every month in the correct email campaign. Yes. That over the next few months, some of them will buy from you. Yeah, you just accumulate. You build up the customer bases, right? Exactly. The bigger your email marketing base, the more potential customers you have, the cheaper your costs are going on. So many people in China give a lot of lectures. Some of the lectures are very expensive, and teaching the folks in the business to write
hundreds and thousands of email sending out to, I would say, bombarding.
No. I wouldn't do that, if I'm honest. You can use certain software like MailChimp.com, which will help you create the email database.
Yeah.
So you link it up to your own website. Yeah. And inside MailChimp you have certain functions. So you can make, it's kind of cold but not cold because it's very clearly labeled out.
Excuse me, is it expensive or do we have to pay some money?
It's free for the first, I believe, 5,000 emails sent out every month. Don't quote me on that. I can't remember if it's 5,000 or 2,000. But for the first several email and for the first few thousand emails every month, you don't have to spend a penny.
For every month?
Every month, yeah.
So let's say, let's take it as a real thing, yeah? Let's say 5,000. Yeah. If I send out only 4,900 emails, then
it's free.
It's free.
It's free.
Then next month I send another 4,900 emails.
Yeah.
It is still free.
Yeah. And then the next budget up after that, it's about $20 a month. And you get another, I believe, 5,000 to 10,000 emails.
Well, it is still affordable. I mean,
it's very affordable. When you get to that level, you don't mind spending $20 to send out a few thousand emails.
I mean, in China, most of my friends in the national business are really afraid of the budget to be out of control.
Yeah.
If the budget is under kind of control, let's say if I spend 3,000, 5,000 or 10,000 each month, then I know where is my limit. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah. So please proceed.
Well, about budget.
Yeah.
Your sales, the average manufacturer I've been to, they normally have about 5 to 20 members on their international team.
Yes.
So for SEO, you're probably looking at about 5 to 15,000 RMB a month, which is, the way I say it is you're converting, basically you're hiring 3 to 4 extra staff for your team.
Yes.
That's the cost you're doing for it, compared to spending the same amount of money on Alibaba, which might not give you results. SEO, if it's done correctly, will get you results. It might take 6 months. It might take 9 months. It might even take a year. But if it's done correctly, you will have the results.
And these data, and I would say as a set, they will stay in.
They will stay in for, like I said before, content is king.
Yes.
If someone makes better content later, they will knock you out. You'll go down.
Go down. Just only go down.
Only go down, maybe 1 or 2 positions. So long as your content is relevant, so long as it's the best content or one of the better contents out there, you'll stay on the top page. Because all Google cares about is organizing the world's data and making it easily accessible.
That means at least I have some history. In the past 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, I was ranking 1 to 3. Yeah. So I was not out of the game.
You'll never be out of the game if you're on the top page, so long as your information is still relevant and so long as your information is still the best.
Okay.
So you could make one article and it'll be on the top page of Google for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It doesn't matter.
That's long enough.
Yeah. So long as it's the best one there.
Well, okay. So better focus, but better we spend a little bit more time on creation of good content.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Before we start spending money.
Exactly.
I'm not saying that we don't spend money. When we are doing the marketing or sales, we must spend some money in a decent way, smart way. But before doing so, we already get some inquiries or customer bases.
Pretty much. It's just a waiting game.
Yeah.
You do it right, it's a waiting game.
Waiting game. It's like grow the tree.
Exactly. You put the foundation of your website there, you will start to grow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you cannot expect that today I plant the tree, tomorrow I get the fruit.
Exactly.
It takes some months.
If you want that pay per click, and you'll get the people onto your website, but expect as soon as you stop paying, that will dry up.
Then it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay. Understandable.
Yeah.
I hope this way of presentation will make it the more understandable, easier for us to understand the logics, the business logics. Yeah. So please proceed.
So once we've already covered the keywords.
Okay.
What Sorry, I've lost my trail of thought now. We've already seen the video.
Yes.
We've seen how to find the keywords.
Mhm.
You organize your keywords afterwards into the head, medium, long tail keywords.